Hello and welcome to episode 571 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. Now, in today's episode, we're talking about accessibility of all things, accessibility. And it comes down to a couple of things. Talking about clicking here. You might be touching there, so to speak. If you've got a tablet, you've got a smartphone, you might touch rather than actually click. But also listening and reading. So understanding that different people will interact with your content and your website in different ways. And are you ready for them? Some people might be blind, so they have to use a text reader, so it's going to read things out to them. Some people might be deaf, so they're not going to hear the noises in the videos and things that your website has, so you need subtitles. How could you adapt your website, your sales materials for the different ways people communicate, whether they have a disability and a challenge they're facing, or whether they just prefer to communicate and take on information in a certain way? We have to recognize that there's a diversity of communication that exists within the human race. There's a diversity of communication, and your failure to adapt for that and optimize for that is costing you business. Because if I do have a disability and I can't see, or I can't hear, or I can't click small links on the web, whatever it happens to be, whatever my challenge might happen to be, that could be an actual physical barrier between me working with you and not. So there's lots of online standards and checkers and things that you can Google to make sure that you comply. But give a thought today to the potential buyers you have that may have disabilities, may have challenges. Are you catering for them? Almost certainly not in some cases. So how could you? Because not only will that be a better thing for them, because it will allow them to experience your product or service, it will help you to capture more business too. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow in episode 572, I'm talking about something being easy to understand. It has another fringe benefit. When something's easy to understand, it's easy to... I'll tell you in tomorrow's episode. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I do appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition of the Daily Sales Message.